The new ARK Apocalypse season has started, and with it, the Magna Gecko has been added to the game for this season. But is the Magna Gecko any good? Hello Dodo crew and welcome back for another video on ARK Survival Ascended. Grab a bottle of water and let's get straight into it. Currently, you can find the Magna Gecko on the island Scorched Earth, the Center, Aberration, Extinction and Estrellas. Meaning you can tame it on all maps. It usually hangs around the dunes, beaches, grasslands, jungles and canyons and can be spotted so easy. They are not rare right now and you can find them pretty easily. These are the regions where I found Magna Geckos. For those who do not want to search for a Magna Gecko, I've put the spawn commands into the video description, just fill in the level you want and you're good to go. This creature is a modded creature and I normally don't do mod spotlights, but since it is currently installed on the ARK Apocalypse servers, I will make an exception for this creature. Taming a Magna Gecko is very easy. The taming itself is just a very simple passive tame, but you need to prepare some items to tame it. Before taming a Magna Gecko, you have to craft meshed bugs. Meshed bugs can be crafted in the mortar and pestle and only need very little resources. Once tamed, it will eat berries. After crafting meshed bugs, the Magna Gecko is a simple passive tame, which means you put the meshed bugs in your 0 slot of your hotbar, find a gecko and you feed it. The Magna Gecko adds some long awaited ability to the game, making it especially useful and a must tame from early on. The Magna Gecko's tail can be used to lure all sorts of creatures into traps, which means it is the perfect early game tame because it makes it so much easier taming all other creatures you need. The tail can also be dropped while running, just click X while you're sprinting and then your gecko will drop its tail. If you're being chased by raptor, it will now stop and stick to the tail. If injured by a creature, the gecko will drop its tail and run away. Over the next 10 minutes, the gecko's wound will scar and the tail will proceed to grow back. The second way to obtain the tail is if you have a hatchet and hit your gecko, you can slice it off and every 10 minutes it will regrow, making for an amazing farm to aid with trapping and taming other dinos. Like the otter, the Magna Gecko can take artifacts into inventory, which means it is especially useful when you're doing your artifact runs, because it's much easier to find them than the otter. Yes, I know, otters aren't difficult to find either, but you can be really unlucky with otters and spend hours searching for them, which means I would prefer the gecko in that case. With its new ability, the gecko has one main role in my opinion. The gecko's tail can be used to lure carnivores into taming traps, which is very useful in the early game, as you have a lot of creatures to tame during that time. We've already talked about the tail. When you build your taming trap, just stand in it with the gecko and discard the tail. You also can take the tails of geckos from time to time, put them in the fridge and then use them to leave a trail when you tame other creatures. If you look at the numbers, the Magna Gecko is pretty weak, but has a great ability. The Magna Gecko starts with base stats of 70 health, 200 stamina and 200 weight, which is kinda okay, considering it is an early game tame that will hang only around in your base and after a few hours you forget about it. Put some levels into health and weight and you're good to go for the first few hours playing. Here are some quick facts. The only other creature with a similar mechanic is the lead. The Magna Gecko comes in over 100 million different color combinations. Magna Geckos can also be bred. The Magna Gecko is currently buggy and has no animations. It can wear helmets, which can look funny if you use skins. I love the design of the Magna Gecko and Cyrus always makes great looking creatures, which actually add something to the game. But I think especially in PvP, the Magna Gecko will not play a major role. The Magna Gecko is super cute and you can really tell it was made with love. For PvE players who love geckos, it's a no-brainer to start breeding your own super gecko line. For PvP players, it is more like a nice gimmick, which will be standing around in your base. I hope you liked this video and I'm thrilled to read if this video has helped you. Hit the like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm and consider subbing to the channel. Alright, Frodo.